Okay guys, welcome to my video. This is my post UFC 128 afterthoughts. Just give you my afterthoughts, okay? That's why it's titled like that. Not funny, but anyways, first card, my first fight on the main card, Brendan Shaw versus Mirko Cro Cop. Cro Cop looked good, you know? First two rounds, it looked pretty even. I don't know what was going on with like the nut shots and like back of the head. You know, the back of the head shot wasn't like intentional or anything. I think Herb Dean was just being a dick that day. And then finally, third round came along. Cro Cop got knocked out. I just remember myself being like really disgusted on how Mirko Cro Cop's arm was when he was like it was his left arm or right arm. I'm pretty sure it's left arm. It went limp. And then I was like, oh, hopefully he didn't break it. Cro Cop got cut by the UFC. Cro Cop, man, have one more fight in Japan, retire. Okay, it's over. You know, it's over. Unless you want to fight nobodies, it's over, man. Being the top 10, it's over. Nate Marquardt versus Dan Miller. Dan Miller, man, that guy is granite in his chin. Nate Marquardt hit him with some really clean and hard shots. Dan Miller took it. Props Dan Miller, but I used to be a pretty big Nate Marquardt fan, but you know, he let me down the last few fights. He like boring fights. But you know, he started winning me back over again. And then Jim Miller, man, that guy, he went for a flying triangle, man. That was pretty gnarly. Jim Miller. I checked on like people's top 10 list. I have Jim Miller as like top 4, okay? For me it goes like this, okay? Obviously, okay, you have to give it to Frankie Edgar, Gray Maynard, Gilbert Melendez, then Jim Miller. Some people have Melvin Gillard over Jim Miller. I'm like, that's crazy, man. Jim Miller, his only 2 losses is from the number 1, number 2 guy, and every other fight from there he's won. You know, that's ridiculous. Uriah Faber, not much to say. Actually, that fight was much closer than I thought, man. I thought Uriah Faber was going to end this on the ground. And then finally, main event. Man, Shogun. He looked gassed after the first round, man. Is that ring rust? Is that injury? Who knows, man. You know, I predicted Jon Jones to win, but honestly, this gets me scratching my head because I don't know who's gonna beat Jon Jones. You know, after the fight like finished, I was thinking in my head, who's gonna beat this guy? Okay. Who else is in the lightweight division or light heavyweight division that has a chance? Okay, Rashad Evans. He's basically a wrestler. Okay, how many wrestlers has Jon Jones beat? Matt Hamill, Brandon Vera, Ryan Bader, the janitor. You know, what's Rashad Evans gonna offer that those guys haven't? Well, he can punch. You know, guess what? Shogun can punch, man. He has knockout power too, man. Shogun's probably a more technical striker than Rashad. You know, he's the one that knocked out Machida. Machida's the one that knocked out Rashad, and Machida's stand up made Rashad Evans stand up look like a joke. You know, in that fight, Rashad only landed 2 left hooks like the whole entire fight, and then you know Shogun. Him and Machida went back and forth in first fight. In the second fight, he knocked Machida out, man. You know, a little bit of MMA math, but you can tell that Rashad's ability isn't on the technical scale of Shogun. So how's Rashad going to win that fight, you know? He's not going to beat Jon Jones. And then we jump to Rampage, who I think should be the title shot, you know? He should get the title shot. Why does Rashad get the title shot, you know? He chose himself to sit out and wait until Shogun got better. Then he himself got injured. So let me get this straight. If I was the number 1 contender at one point, then I retire and then I quit for 2 years, and then I come back in the sport saying I want a title shot. You know, no, man, it doesn't work like that. You lose your title shot, and you have to re-earn it. You know, right now for me, Rampage, Matt Hamill are the ones that deserve the title shot. Even though business sense, this makes sense because there's a storyline going into this. Former teammates, one-on-one. Who will win? You know, that's the basic storyline, you know. That appeals to the average fan. But for me, Matt Hamill, Rampage is the number 1 contender spot. You know, Rashad chose to sit out. He has to re-earn that number 1 contender spot now. You know, it doesn't work like that. What else do I have to add? Shogun, he looked gassed after the first round. In my head, I was like praying. I was like, dude, please tell me that's an act and you're trying to make Jon Jones come aggressive in the first like 3 rounds, and like the later rounds, while you're fresh, you can like go in there and like dominate him. Please, man, please have this some sort of game plan. But no, man, Shogun was legitimately gassed out, and I was like, oh my god, man, Shogun, man. Oh, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Joe Rogan asked, what was your game plan coming into this? And the guy said, the plan was to fight him everywhere, But for me personally, from what I understood from the fight, I think Shogun's team understood that, the takedown is, you can't stop. It's inedible. Inedible. You can't stop it, man. It's gonna come eventually. And I think the game plan was to sweep Jon Jones and gain top position and work ground and pound. That's what I think, man. Because Shogun tried a lot. He tried hard, man. He tried to sweep Jon Jones, but Jon Jones has such a strong base, and he's just a freak athlete, man. Shogun had no chance to, make the sweep happen. Disappointed, man. Honestly, I went from a rant from like, I don't even know how I'm like making this video because I'm pretty flabbergasted of what happened, man. Honestly, Jon Jones, he's beaten everyone, and it hasn't been like, I just beat you. He smashed everyone, man. He wasn't supposed to smash Shogun, man. Let's see, Machida. How is he gonna beat Jon Jones, man? He has to get inside that reach. If Shogun can't do it, what makes Machida thinks he can do it? Rampage, he's too slow. He's too slow. Even though he can land the lucky punch, he's too slow. Who else is light heavyweight? Thiago Silva, their teammate. No, he's at AK. Thiago Silva, I don't think he can do it, man. Anyone at light heavyweight, honestly, I don't think they have a chance against Jon Jones. The only people that I think can beat Jon Jones are in the heavyweight division, man. That's saying a lot, man. Cain Velasquez. I think Cain Velasquez's gas tank is much greater than Jon Jones. Tell you the truth, I think Jon Jones was starting to gas in the third. He didn't look, as good as he did in the second and first. Call me crazy, but I think Shane Carwin can get it done. He might eat a punch, but he's going to deliver one of those big haymakers. I think he can do it. I don't think Brock Lesnar can do it. I think Alistair Overeem, I think Overeem can beat him. So I got 3 guys in the world that can beat Jon Jones, Maybe I don't think any black belts can beat Jon Jones because, he has such good takedown defense. You're not going to be able to take the fight to the ground. I got 3 guys that can possibly beat him, Ridiculous, man. Cain Velasquez, because his gas tank, he has wrestling up the yin-yang. Carwin, because he has that scary one-punch KO. And Alistair Overeem, because, he's K1 elite. Yeah, damn, man. Jon Jones, man, you're sucking the life out of the light heavyweight division because, no one's going to be able to beat this guy, man. I won't be stupid and pick against Jon Jones, but I'm seriously, from this point on, I'm going to be rooting for the other guy because I don't want to see Jon Jones just smash everyone, It's not fun to watch a one-side fight, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's my video. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. As always, leave your comment below. I'd love to hear it. Until UFC 129. Oh, man! Last night, I came home. I watched the promotion. Ooh, my battery's about to die. Dismiss that. I watched the promotion for, whoa, why is it all twitched up? Screw it. Probably can still hear me, but anyways. I saw the promotion for GSP Jake Shields. It's a must-see, man. Go to UFC on YouTube and go watch the trailer, or whatever you want to call it. It's freaking epic. Give you a small rundown, 30 seconds. Jake Shields been sitting in a room, goes to a fight, watch GSP destroys Koscheck. Jake Shields seen enough, he walks backstage. GSP just wins with his belt. They walk across, they stare at each other. Man, that's freaking epic, man. It's really, really epic. You should definitely check that out. But yeah, that's my video. Thanks for watching.